Hi, everyone. We're on Patreon. Find the link in the show notes. Show off your love for being curious with the official Info on the Go merch.
Whether you're sipping your coffee from our sleek mug, staying warm in one of our cozy hoodies, or rocking that fun fact inspired t shirt, or just carrying one of your essentials in our reusable tote bag, you'll be repping curiosity and style everywhere you go.
Each item is designed with our curious, on the go community in mind, and every purchase helps support the show. Wear it, sip it, carry it. Info on the Go is more than a podcast, it's a way of life.
Patreon, find the link in the show notes. Hi, I'm William,
And I'm Kat.
and that makes this a dash of info.
Little things you want to know. Okay, William, we just finished our episode on energy drinks.
So we had some follow up here on a dash of info.
First, we'll get into an energy drink that was all the craze in the roaring 20s.
The Dangers of Unregulated Energy Drinks, a historical and modern perspective.
One of the notorious energy-containing products of the 20th century was RadiThor, an energy drink that simply consisted of radium dissolved in water.
Wonder how
That
that turned
sounds
out.
that sounds very healthy.
uh, RadiThor was marketed in the 1920s and sold in 1 ounce bottles, each costing around $1. And in today's money, that would be about $16 a pop. So,
Jeez,
wow, for 1 ounce?
that's wild.
But yeah, we're going to get into what this was, but it doesn't even sound good, does it?
Not so far. It's not looking very promising. The
No.
manufacturer boldly claimed that RadiThor not only provided an energy boost, but also cured a wide range of ailments, including impotence.
Ooh. Although there was no scientific evidence to support its benefits for humans, at least one scientific paper claimed that radium water could increase the sexual passion of water newts.
Newts. Newts
Hmm.
definitely correlates to humans, right?
Yeah, sure.
In this pre-Viagra era, such an endorsement was enough for many men, making Thor a popular product. Hmm.
I can only imagine. Oh my gosh, man, like how many people suffered. Mm.
Mm.
So RadiThor most famous customer was Ebon Byers, a prominent Pittsburgh industrialist and amateur golfer.
Byers first encountered Thor when he used it to aid the healing of a broken arm.
Although
Hmm.
RadiThor contained no narcotics, although RadiThor contained no narcotics,
Byers became psychologically, if not physiologically, addicted to the drink.
he continued to consume large quantities of RadiThor long after his arm had healed.
Reportedly downing a bottle or two daily over 3 years. Byers enthusiastically praised the product to his friends, some of whom also began using Thor.
Mm, That don't it yeah, I don't know how this is going to turn out.
Hmm.
Tragically, Byers' RadiThor addiction led to his demise.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Radium, when ingested, gets incorporated into bone, where its radiation energy is deposited in bone tissue.
Over time, this exposure delivered an overwhelming radiation dose to Byers' skeleton.
He developed holes in his skull, lost most of his jaw, and suffered from various other bone-related illnesses.
Oh wow, that's got to be a tough way to go.
That sounds terrible.
Unfortunately, Byers succumbed to these conditions and died a gruesome death on March 31st, 1932.
Mm. Red-eyed Thor serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of unregulated health products and the tragic consequences that can result from misinformation and blind trust in unproven remedies.
Wow. So,
Mm.
not regulated, no real proof.
That they do
Yeah.
anything that they say they're going to do.
Energy drinks and alcohols, the effects and dangers. One of the more popular and controversial energy alcoholic beverages in recent years has been Four Loko, and we touched on that a little bit in our energy drink episode.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't recommend Four Locos. Originally, this drink was a potent concoction that mixed an amount of caffeine equivalent to 3 cups of coffee with alcohol equal to about 3 cans of beer.
Holy cow. Three
Yeah,
cups of coffee and 3 cans of beer at one
all in
time?
one. Yeah, right.
Critics argue that Four Loko and similar beverages are designed to appeal to younger consumers who are accustomed to drinking caffeinated energy drinks.
Yeah.
Alcohol and caffeine doesn't seem like it goes together to me.
Mm, I mean, I never really drank energy drinks, so you can only imagine the effects that had on my system. Um, and I do not recommend.
Yeah.
Do not recommend. A 23.5 US fluid ounce, which is equivalent to 690 milliliters, can of Four Loko contains either 6 or 12% alcohol by volume, depending on state regulations.
This variation in alcohol content is one reason why the beverage has uh, garnered so much attention and scrutiny. Another factor contributing to Four Locos' appeal among young people is its affordability.
Priced at approximately $2 per can, it became an attractive option for college students and even younger high school students who are more inclined to purchase such inexpensive, high alcohol content drinks.
When a
Mhm.
ban on caffeinated alcoholic beverages like Four Loko was imposed at the end of 2010, it promoted a buying frenzy among students and other fans of the drink.
Many rushed to buy out what was left on store shelves, often with the intent of reselling the product at a markup.
I imagine there was a pretty good market in that.
Probably.
Yeah. This period of heightened demand only added to Four Loco's mystique and notoriety.
The controversy surrounding Four Loko highlights the ongoing debate about the marketing and regulation of alcoholic beverages, particularly those that are seen as targeting younger consumers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess we're gonna get a little bit into what the alcohol and stuff will do to your body, but critics continue to raise concerns about the potential health risk and social consequences of consuming such potent drinks, while proponents argue for consumer choice and personal responsibility. I don't know. If you're thinking about consumer choice, what about RadiThor?
Right.
You know?
Oof. Right. Many people think caffeine reduces the amount of alcohol in their system and helps them sober up, but that's not true.
When you mix caffeine and alcohol, you're combining a stimulant, which is the caffeine, with a depressant, which is alcohol.
Alcohol slows you down, making you feel sleepy and affecting your coordination, speech, and thinking.
On the other hand, caffeine makes you feel more awake, increases your heart rate, and can cause anxiety and trouble sleeping.
Alcohol and caffeine can have many harmful effects on the body, both short term and long term.
Drinking them together over time can cause lasting health problems and harm multiple systems in your body. I can
Imagine
only
that.
imagine. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I have a question. So, alcohol's a diuretic, caffeine's a diuretic. You're going to pump both of these into your body. Mm, I
You're
don't
just going to
know.
be peeing for days
Well, not only that, when you
and
excrete all
dehydrate
of,
yourself pretty
y-
fast.
yeah, that's where I was going with that. And then, when you rehydrate I don't know. I guess we're going to get into it more.
Right. Many people who mix alcohol and caffeine also binge drink, which can seriously damage your liver and other organs and poses many health and safety risks.
Not everyone who binge drinks has alcohol use disorder, but this behavior increases the risk of developing an addiction.
Alcohol addiction is a progressive disease, and your health will worsen the further along you are.
Knowing how alcohol and caffeine affect your health can help prevent or stop conditions before they progress.
Here are some ways caffeine and alcohol affect your body.
Dehydration. Both alcohol and caffeine make you urinate more often, as they're both diuretics.
hmm If you don't drink water while consuming them, this can lead to dehydration, causing dry mouth, thirst, dizziness, and other issues.
Dehydration can negatively affect your skin, kidneys, muscles, and your brain.
Alcohol poisoning caffeine can mask alcohol's effects, making you drink more than usual.
So, you got to think if you're pumped up, you're drinking that alcohol, you're feeling good. I could see
Oh,
that.
and
I could see how you would want to drink more, which could lead to alcohol poisoning, right?
It's all fun and games until it isn't, you know.
Yeah. This increases the risk of alcohol poisoning, which we just said, which can be fatal. Symptoms include seizures, vomiting, slow breathing, unconsciousness, and low body temperature. I don't even think mixing, alcohol with one of the more popular energy drinks is a good idea. It is not a good
Mm-mm.
idea.
Mm-mm. No, the things folks mix with alcohol is pretty wild and definitely not a good idea usually anyway.
Yeah. Hopefully, somebody's listening to this and kind of understands where we're going, but
Heart problems. Mixing alcohol and caffeine can raise blood pressure and increase the risk of heart disease, heart attack, irregular heartbeat, and stroke.
people with existing heart issues should avoid large amounts of alcohol and caffeine.
Sleep issues. Alcohol and caffeine both disrupt sleep.
Alcohol can cause long-term sleep problems, while caffeine blocks sleep-inducing receptors in your brain, making it hard to fall asleep and affecting deep sleep.
Digestive system pain. Alcohol can irritate and inflame your stomach lining, leading to alcoholic gastritis.
Mm. Caffeine can worsen digestive issues like IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and cause diarrhea, contributing to dehydration.
Having both substances in your body at the same time doesn't cancel their effects. Instead, caffeine can mask alcohol's effects, making you feel more alert without lowering the alcohol content in your system.
This might make you think you can handle more alcohol, leading you to drink more and risk dangers like injuries, accidents, and even alcohol poisoning.
It does not sound like a fun time to me.
No, it doesn't. And it goes back to the more caffeine you ingest, the more alcohol you think you can ingest. Like, I don't know. I don't think energy drinks and alcohol go together at all, personally.
No, no. Some effects of mixing alcohol and caffeine include
Increased binge drinking. People age 15 to 23 who mix alcohol with energy drinks are 4 times more likely to binge drink, consuming 6+ drinks in one occasion. Who is letting their 15-year-old drink anyway?
um
I imagine if they're
I
sneaking out, they can get somebody to buy, but I don't know, man. That is a very dangerous time for young people.
right. Increased risky behaviors. A study of 602 college students found that those who regularly consumed energy drinks were more than twice as likely to have alcohol related incidents, such as riding with a drunk driver, getting injured or sick, or having more episodes of heavy drinking.
Mm, not good.
Mm-mm.
Higher chance of sexual assault. The same study found that students who drank alcohol mixed with caffeine were more likely to report unwanted sexual advances and were also more likely to make unwanted sexual advances toward others. Research shows that sexual assaults are more likely to happen in places where people consume alcohol, like bars or parties.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I can
think
see that.
yeah, you should always have a buddy system.
I didn't really go out to drink. I stayed in to drink, but that's just me.
Yeah,
I people came to my house, so there's that.
gotcha.
And we usually kicked out the people who are causing issues because alcohol brings out all kinds of things.
Oh, yeah, it can bring out the crazy in people for sure.
Oof. Um, while alcohol alone can lead to dependence, mixing it with caffeine could increase your chances of developing an addiction.
Some studies have shown that people who drink caffeine frequently experience withdrawal symptoms like headaches, irritability, flu-like effects, and fatigue when they quit. Well, yeah, I mean, have you? I personally drink coffee in the morning, and I definitely know when I don't have my coffee in the morning.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Over time, caffeine drinkers may also need more of the substance to feel its effects.
That's kind of like anything, we talked about it with methamphetamines. We talked about it with opioids. Once you reach that euphoric feeling, you just got to have more of the drug to continue to create that feeling.
Right. And yeah, you do get used to it after a while.
So, I guess the basis for this episode was the dangers of unregulated energy drinks, like RadiThor, Four Loko, and some other things, that there is some need for regulation.
Right. Absolutely. Um, no reason that there should have been radium in drinks at all.
No. And I don't think you should have any kind of energy drink that mixes 3 cups of coffee and 3 beers in one energy drink. I don't think that,
Definitely not a good idea.
no, not a good idea at all.
Uh,
Alcohol is alcohol, caffeine is caffeine.
right. Right. Let's leave the perspective diuretics to themselves. But anyway, that's all I have.
That's all I've got.
If you would like to support this podcast,
Click the support link in the show notes.
William and I want to thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you.
Join the Facebook group at Info on the Go
Share with us your show ideas.
or ask us a question.
Subscribe and follow us wherever you get your podcast.
Send us a text using the link in the show notes or leave a review.
Email us at,
infoonthegopodcast@gmail.com.
and yes, that is all one word. Till next time.
Stay curious.